Oh, is it? Oh, okay. Oh. Hey, everyone. Evening, evening. Hey Adam, hey Ingmar, how's it going, guys? How's it going? Who has been watching ESL today? Been pleasantly surprised. Pleasantly surprised. So I've come home from shopping, and I thought, wow, let's stream the final, because there's a bit of a gap between the final. We've got half an hour, I think, to be exact, but sort of first race, but not the second. It's been great today, to be fair. It's been some great racing. I've seen a few little like niggles to be expect, maybe from an alpha, but the racing in itself has been great, and the format has really lended to that. So yeah, hats off to ESL and Rennsport. So they've still got this final race to go, and tomorrow as well. Do it all again tomorrow. So I'll tell you what, let's change over and have a look at some stuff that's happened. So at the moment they've got an intermission, so we'll hop back. But one of the early races was, the first lap was brilliant. I think it was with Moritz Lona.
Great performance. Bennett currently sat in third as well for Redline. Redline back with a great.
Yeah, it was this race. This race was brilliant.
Goes seventh fastest at 2:15.232, but plenty of lap times are still to come. Here comes Giassi.
Yeah, it's not so great for Big Shred.
So the first lap was amazing. All right, let's just skip it forward.
And now
the lights are on, the lights are off, and off you go. And it's
Right, here we go. So they're doing standing starts. Oh, come on, get to where I want to be. Here we go.
You see the RAG team trying to find their way through, but leading through to one of the source, and Mouse also creeping.
This guy, Darren Warren, apparently has been like the quickest all in practice. He gets into P3 or something. He drops back to P3, and then he sends it up the inside of T2 and loses it, and he's top 6 qualifier. Oh, it's mad. But watch this. This is good racing. I must admit that the sim itself doesn't look too bad on Unreal Engine 5. Bit of contact, rubbing his racing, as they say.
That's a reference I know now. The Tiger Line. Here comes Lerner though, straight back down the inside into Revolver.
Look at that there.
He's giving it everything. They all want to win this quarter-final too. Straight down the inside, Lerner goes, and the race lead could potentially switch as we head down towards the X curve.
They've been rubbing shoulders since the start. Gravel trap for Lerner. Lerner off the track, and now he's reduced to 4th place. But Warren isn't out of it yet. We got to fight for the lead.
And then I think if I remember rightly, there was a crash that happens as they come onto the back straight, just after the chicane. But really good racing though, guys. Don't know if you've been watching it, because they really have to force the issue of it being a sprint race and a top 6 qualifier. There we go, yeah, that. The Mercedes cars have been shafted this week, today, to be honest. So that was the first lap, a brilliant first lap. And then, bearing in mind, it's top 6 qualifier, so only the top 6 get through. So if you're in like top 3 with like a couple of laps remaining, there's no need to do anything. I reckon there could be, James. I reckon there could be. So I'm just trying to find out what lap it is. It's Warren. Oh, Warren's done it. He's done it already. It must be this lap.
Pace alone is incredible, but just look at the catch.
He sends it up the inside of the sauce, and I'm just like, what are you doing?
They are literally nose to tail.
Think,
It's like a
think,
train
use your
wreck
brain.
heading through the latter sectors.
Pretty much, Rash. Yeah, pretty much. They cancelled their closed beta for a second time so that they could concentrate on this event. It's still a very bizarre decision, which means to me, or indicates that they've signed contracts, they've committed to deadlines and timeframes that were unachievable, and yeah, they should have just kept quiet. They should have just kept quiet and just used this. But I mean, look, as a LAN event with a single server, this has relatively gone well. Obviously, opened up to a wider audience, to the public, is another matter entirely. This is it. Watch this. So I know it's very tight behind. It's very tight behind. So there's 1, 2, 3. There's 5 of them there, but top 6 qualify. 6th place is far behind. There's no need to do what he does right now. Look. He's in 3rd place. He's in 3rd place. And then tries to wipe out the Williams esports team. I mean, I know we've had our issues with them recently, but come on. And he goes from 3rd all the way to 12th. Completely ridiculous decision. Madness. Can't really learn much watching others race in TV cam. No. User systems could be shit, but we wouldn't. No, exactly. And the thing is, we're only going to know what it's like until we get our hands on it. It'd be interesting to hear some of the thoughts of these esports drivers. What are their thoughts on this game? They're probably NDA'd to not say anything. So it looks intriguing, though. I think GT3s are GT3s. I feel like there should be more particles being blown off when they go into the gravel. There's some areas where they go over. The cars look very rigid and bouncy when they go over the curbs, which looks a little bit unrealistic to me. I have heard by people that they try the beta, like the alpha beta, but that was one of their criticisms, is that going over curbs just seemed a little bit too unrealistic. It was like it was too grippy. Like it's almost like you know when sometimes you go on iRacing, there's certain curbs you go over it and it sucks it in like a train track. There's that similar experience with Rennsport apparently. But I think overall, considering this is in essence their closed beta for everyone to see, it's gone pretty well. Open wheels, pure motorsport to me. Yeah, I mean, if this game has got just GT3s, I'm not really that interested in it. They've said the Porsche Mission R is going to be involved, but that's it basically. There's no other cars I think announced yet other than the GT3s and the Porsche Mission R. The ride height of the stance of the car seems odd. Yeah, I think that's an Unreal Engine 5 thing because they had, if you remember F1 Manager. F1 Manager was on Unreal Engine 5 as well, and there was it looked really good, but then when the cars were actually moving, it looked like they were floating sometimes. So I think that's an Unreal Engine issue. Better than iRacing? It could be. It could be. I want this to be a success. We need a competitor for iRacing to keep him on the toes, and not have one sim racing platform have a monopoly. This is promising. This is promising from what I've seen. But as I said, still feels this was such a strange move, man. I don't know why he did that. I think at worst it's going to be like ACC with GT4 and Cup cars. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what their business plan is. Is it back up and running yet? I don't know. Yeah, they are, yeah. I don't know what the business plan is. In regards to, are they aiming to be a direct competitor to iRacing? Are they going to try and have like a roster of eventually oval racing? Oh, look at the. I thought that was my mouse then. Noticed that a few times in the replays. They've had few teething issues with someone leaving the cursor on the replays. Yeah, sorry, I don't know if they're going for a whole roster of cars with different racing disciplines, or are they just going for GT cars? I hope not. I hope it's not just GT cars. Here who competes with iRacing, there's reason to think this is going to be the most important sim in the modern era of sim racing. Yeah. I mean, when was the last time we had a new sim? Last time we had a new sim was ACC, and that was GT3s only. And that was, what, 3 years ago, I think that was released? So they're few and far between, the options, especially when it comes to online racing. The key to really Rennsport's success is not the esports. It's going to be the public lobbies online. We all know the main reason iRacing is so popular and so successful is because of its online system. Now, they've probably got that patented and there's only so much you can copy, but Rennsport, or any other sim for that matter, if they're going to compete with iRacing, if they want to be in it for the long term and actually make some profit, then they need to really figure out how to do a multiplayer system. Wouldn't abandon all your content. Yeah, I wouldn't just abandon iRacing altogether. It'd be nice to have a different option to play though. Like, because iRacing with their track schedules and stuff, there are times where you're like, I really wish there was something else for me to play because I don't want to race that track this week, or it's not really enticing you. And you could jump onto another sim. But there isn't really, I mean, especially in VR, there's not really anything else out there, especially with online capability compared to iRacing. It's running on land with handful GT3 cars, not even in beta yet, and people are mentioning this in the same breath as iRacing. Well, I think it's only natural, Blue. I think it's only natural for a sim to come out and to automatically then compare it to the top dog. The top dog is iRacing, especially when it comes to online multiplayer. And it's been around for a long time. It continues to develop. They haven't necessarily sat on their laurels. They did before COVID. I think COVID has really kind of made them get off their arse and actually move sim racing forward and move the platform forward with regular updates and new content and partnerships. The one thing they're kind of lacking now is like these big events. The only one really they have now is the NASCAR and the Porsche. But they could do so much more. Oh my God, how close are you sitting to your screen?
That's obviously going to be a factor, but the nerves are going to be at an all-time high right now.
Driving like an old granny.
Yeah, you got 3 Apex drivers, 3 RHG drivers, 2 Mouse drivers, 1 from Williams, 1 from Porsche, 1 from G2, 1 from Redline, and a partridge in the pear tree. You know what?
Yes, it's projected to be launched near Christmas, but I'd rather them take their time and say it's not coming out until next year and have more cars upon release than it just be GT3. I know GT3 is very popular, but open wheel is massively popular as well. Multi-class racing. If they truly want to be a competitor in the sim racing world and have longevity, I just think you need more racing. You need more cars. You need more series, and you need a decent online multiplayer. He can smell. He really wants to immerse himself. Yeah, it is all VRS gear, Rash. They've confirmed that. If they want my money, Sepang, Bahrain, Mugello, Turkey. Yeah. Well, I'm very impressed with the scan of Spa. I think it's Hockenheim tomorrow, so they're going to have the same format tomorrow. 4 quarterfinals, 2 semi-finals, and then a final, but it's at Hockenheim. So, yeah, I mean, Unreal Engine 5 is definitely the way forward. It looks really good. It's one thing iRacing needs to improve is their graphics. I don't care what people say. Their graphics is lacking. It needs improvements. It is far behind the likes of Rennsport, even R Factor 2. There is a big, massive improvement for iRacing there.
What they need to do, and hopefully the extended break that we had, the team managers would have sat them down.
What is great about competition iRacing is that you can directly compare yourself with the pros, just like League of Legends, Fortnite, etc. Yeah, exactly that. And especially with like iRacing, I mean, I've had the opportunity to race on the same track as F1 drivers or just other real life drivers. I would never have that opportunity in anything else, especially in real life. So it feels fake, like manufactured sports washing. I don't know, just doesn't seem real. Yeah, Campbell. I mean, you don't know in regards to what discussions were had behind closed doors, whether ESL approached iRacing and iRacing said no, or if Rennsport approached ESL. I mean, from the business side of things, I'm really intrigued how this all came about. I think, isn't the ESL funded by the Saudis as well? I could be wrong there. I swear I saw that somewhere, that ESL is funded by the Saudis, because it's obviously it's a proper event, isn't it? It has like Counter-Strike and things like that as well. So hence the green. Yeah, it would make sense, wouldn't it? Which could have more GP circuits, yeah. Well, apparently we're getting a Zandvoort circuit. Gamer muscle. Now, this makes me die, guys. This makes me die. This is the biggest prize pool ever in sim racing. All of this production, all of these sim rigs. And the team coaches and like, engineers are set up behind backstage, and look at how they're look at their labels. Actually, just a piece of paper printed off. Full of words there, of course. Someone forgot the laminator. Only going to be with the drivers, but of course, with the team manager as well. Sorry, it's just something funny about that.
This is actually his career. He just gets results, right? He does. Again, he's not your.
Yeah, Rash. That's the disappointing thing, is they haven't really. I mean, you can understand that they've focused on the physics, but the engine does need an update.
Exactly right. And he's started from P9 twice, managed to get himself through to.
They have made graphical improvements, but join the Rennsport's beta testing waiting list. Yeah, it's open, but when the actual closed beta will happen, who knows? I'm not gonna lie. Is it shit shirt day?
I've got one more point. I keep on seeing people backstage, both in the manager's room and also backstage in our production room. Everyone's eating ice cream. Where are our ice creams?
Well, I can't have one. As you can see, I'm obviously, fasting at the moment. I don't know. Where is it? Yeah, that's a good point. Where is the ice cream? Right.
He's literally racing like this. I thought he was taking the piss.
We've got a video explaining exactly what equipment they're using.
Each to their own, but I mean,
well, not quite.
I don't think he's going to... Mate, with a posture like that, you're not going to be racing for very long, are you?
I'm going to say Yuri Soman.
He's not going to have the longest sim racing career.
An amazing performance in the semi-final, and he's admitted himself, he, from home to here, is getting faster and faster and faster. We might not have even seen the best of him yet.
If he can get himself pole position again, he will win the race. Not because of dirty air.
He's trying to get that curved screen, isn't he? He's trying to get in that position so that his peripheral vision is the curved screen on the edge of his peripheral.
I mean, anyone in this field can win, and this is not hyping this up. We've got 12
reminds me of my mum.
This race.
It does, doesn't it?
I'm not going to give you a name. I've got my money on someone from RHE.
Okay, that's a very bold prediction because they got 3 cars, Will, but fair enough, I guess.
He was quite aggressive, this Will, when I met him. He was doing the Mercedes eSports event that we did. The IWC event, he was there. He was really aggressive organising it. I was like, all right, calm down.
The position of everything from the pedal tray, with you being able to move the pedals forwards and backwards, where the wheel's mounted, the wheel height, and the most important component is that T-slot is completely rock solid, meaning that when the drivers are pounding on the accelerator or pounding on the brake, it's completely firm and there's no...
Yeah, I just wouldn't understand, do I? I mean, he's there racing in this event and I'm not, so...
What the car's doing, what's moving the car around, and when you're actually at the limit, all that information...
Yeah, apparently they're really good. Apparently they are.
These high-end direct drive steering wheels really coming to their own. It's just really, really solid.
I mean, I'm happy with my V3s so far. My V3 pedals, but I'll upgrade someday.
Without any flex or movement in the wheel face itself. And keep in mind that you can get up
Apparently the VRS equipment is really good.
Force coming through this as the car's going through corners. We're going to take a look at the VRS pedals. All of them on these pedals have a load cell and allow for incredible high fidelity of input and high precision, which allow for absolutely crazy levels.
Never look back.
Things from the actual resistance that you get from the.
I have to sing more on my channel. Well, there is a video of me singing in a karaoke bar last weekend,
then you can also configure the actual
hitting those high notes.
Of the pedal to limit where the end point is on the pedal. Basically a driver
V3s with the brake pedal kit and damper, but her VRS is as good as any pedals out there. Yeah. How much are they as well? I mean, we used the Hoiskenville sprints when we did the IWC event, and of course I didn't have a lot of practice on them, didn't get a lot of time. I felt stuff was turned down, but they were so soft, like too soft for me compared to what I'm used to. And I was like, oh, my first impressions were like, I'm not sure I would pay £1,000 for these pedals, or £800, whatever they are. But I know obviously it wasn't tailored to me, so. Yeah, it's 600 for brake and throttle. That's not too bad. Yeah, I wouldn't even bother with a gear. I mean, I've got a third pedal. I've got a clutch, sorry, on my V3s, but it's not. Oh, this guy trying to G everyone up. Cringe.
I think they're ready. I'm ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I was born ready.
Born ready.
We came in this morning late, ready. Ready.
Late but ready.
Late but ready. It's fantastic to see some of the best names in it. We've leaned towards.
It's been over 2 weeks setting up your Hoiskenville sprints in Monarchin. Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm not. My first impressions were like, oh, these are very soft, but it was the same with the SimuCube wheel and the direct drive, because it was just like a general store thing, general event. Everything was like properly turned down, and I was just like, oh, this is just so foreign to me. I got a feeling that it's on weak settings, and I was happy not to just crash in that event, to be honest. It's 4 AM. What are you still doing up, Kaka? What are you still doing up?
And he is raring to go in this race.
Yeah, well, the guy on the left is George. I follow him on Twitter. I think he follows me back. I'm not sure, or he's liked a few of my stuff. He's the F1 esports commentator, and the other guy's Rennsport. I think he is. I think he's on Rennsport TV. I recognise his voice.
This isn't at home in your rig where you've got privacy. You're out in the open. You know, you're exposed to the spectators watching across Katowice here, not to mention the other teams.
Right, so this is a strong final. We've got Beneke in it. We've got Josh Rogers. James Baldwin from Mercedes Esports didn't qualify for the final. Seems like the Merc is not a quick car at Spa. Or don't think anyone who's in the Mercedes. I think that's Williams and the Mercedes Esports team. I don't think any of them are in the final. I could be wrong. Might be one. The FaZe team. Oh my God! Did you see the FaZe team? So I think FaZe forgot that they was entering into this event, and they brought in a Call of Duty Pro, Chris Mix, or whatever his name is. I was like, okay, I'll reserve judgment. Maybe he's a really good, quick sim racer. He was 4 seconds off the pace. I got a feeling he was maybe just brought in to get the viewership, bring in like his fan base.
It's just the perfect cocktail.
Imagine not getting through because your car is shit. Well, yeah, that's the BOP in it for you.
It's a momentous weekend. Of course, we still have racing tomorrow, which we are all very, very excited for.
Apparently, they said the Porsche is the quickest car here, is from what they heard. Hockenheim might be completely different.
Everyone's been working so hard. Us, not so much.
Be well gutted, yeah.
Everyone, when it comes to social media, when it comes to those behind the scenes, cameras, everything has been worked.
So I don't know how the prize pool is split. I don't know if it's done on an individual basis, and then there's a team, or is it just team only? I don't know how it works. Oh, he's already shaking his head. He doesn't like the T1.
certainly flying over the curbs, heading through a Rouge and Radion, and now
So I don't like this view. Just put it in cockpit view, please. Normal cockpit view will do. I don't like this view.
Was sensational. He might yet do it again here in this grand final. Of course, we're still going to get through qualifying though. Beneke,
The scan looks great though.
A clutch performance in quali.
Yeah, well, let's wait and see. He's had a great first sector here. That's up there with the best. We're talking about 38.8. You can see a little bit of a shake of the head, little bit of a breathe.
Few little FPS drops I've noticed, but I'm being really critical. For considering this is like a beta, in essence. Is it still free to play? What, Rennsport? If you sign up for the closed beta, I believe it is, yeah. Yeah, 4 seconds he was, Stephen, yeah. He was racing. I don't judge people on what they look like and what they're wearing, but he was wearing Nikes to racing. It's just a bit like everyone's wearing either socks or they're wearing like shoes, racing shoes, and he was wearing Nikes. I was a bit like, okay, you've been called in last minute. I think anyone can stream this Raw, unless they come and manually copyright it afterwards, which is a possibility, but I'm not going to get copyrighted while I stream this. I don't see why they would, because at the end of the day, they want all eyes on this. Like many esports events, you can do watch-alongs. You go on Twitch, people are doing watch-alongs of Counter-Strike and Valorant all the time, so I don't see why this would be any different. Wow. I think that's the quickest we've seen all day, a 14.493. Yeah, there we go, yeah. Morris is quick. 14.6, wow.
Here comes Yuri Toman though, great first sector again, pretty average in the middle, but what's it going to be in the final? It's a 14.567, is fantastic.
Price has been pretty quick all day. Keep an eye on Price and keep an eye on Rogers.
Losing a bit of time in that second.
Yeah, he is just slightly there. That sector 2 is going to punish him. Heading through now the final corner. Where's he going to position it? Very key for Apex so they can get somewhere. At least
Workside, yes. The side lights are a good addition, aren't they? Trackside lights, sorry. Like blue flag and stuff.
As well up towards the line. Can he join Yuri Toman up at the top end? 2:14.671. Great time for him.
Like I say, these lap times are incredible. What can Luke Bennett do?
Toman ticking in a good lap time.
10th in the first, 10th in the second. I think it's going to be a mid to high 14, if I'm perfectly honest. A 14.838.
Wow. This is tight. Look at this. Only a few hundredths in it. Or a few tenths.
Joshua Rogers down into the final. Great first sector, losing a little bit in the second. Rogers is looking for a pole position.
He's sub 1 minute though in sector 2. Oh no, not a good time. Not a good time. Thanks, Raw. Cheers, mate. Yeah, viewership's a little bit down at the moment with F1. No one's... Doesn't seem many people are interested in it at the moment. The F1 hype isn't quite there yet. But that's kind of to do with the special events we've had on recently, Bathurst and Daytona. And, of course, the real-life F1 season hasn't started yet. So, looks like Moritz isn't having the best time. He's usually an insane driver. He qualified on pole earlier on. I mean, he's been doing okay, to be fair. He's been pretty solid. In real life, pole was a 2.16 last year.
Not so good a second, but a 2:14.6 is enough to put himself up the top end as well. Third fastest. He did it all in
Jajovski, oh.
He's coming through. Yeah, that's a very unfortunate second.
So there's one Mercedes. There's one Mercedes made it into the top, into the final. It says a lot, doesn't it? Williams esports team. So it's either BMW's. There's one Porsche. I think there's one Porsche. One Porsche, Audi's. Audi's always been strong around here, though, isn't it? In any kind of platform. Sim racing, in iRacing, the Audi was always like king around here. Are you not entertained? Yeah, it's just people not searching for it, James. That's all. It's not being... The algorithm isn't suggesting it into people's content at the moment. They're looking at other stuff. So... Right, so there we go. That is the qualifying done.
can. If he copies what he did in the previous race, when he,
Max Beneke on pole would be fitting if he wins it. I mean, surely the guy's got too much money already.
You know, obviously the previous race just did. He finished second to Yuri.
How's the sound quality, guys? Is it like
Really pushing that hard.
too? Is it up too high? Is it down too low? Or is it just
He
perfect?
attacked Yuri Toman in that previous race, but I mean, what a qualifying lap.
All bets are off here now. You know, this is going to be the ultimate climax here at this point.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's all going on again tomorrow, which I plan actually on doing a watch-along tomorrow for this. It's gone on pretty much all afternoon. I didn't realise how long it goes on for. So I might start it. I might start it from the semi-finals and do a watch-along rather than the actual quarters. But then again, actually, the quarters were quite entertaining because people are just sending it and trying to qualify through. So it might do. I also want to play Hogwarts Legacy at the same time. So James Baldwin got knocked out last round, yeah. Look at that though, really tight.
12-car grid. We are in for an absolutely tremendous fight, George.
I can't wait for this one. And the thing is, all bets are off now, Lewis McGlade. Obviously, there's no need to lift off. They've got to send it.
It's fine, good. No worries, guys.
Folks. And that is certainly what will be on these drivers' minds.
I look like a Hufflepuff Henry.
We've experienced here at ESL. There's Yuri Toman getting himself prepped.
Right, honestly, anyone loves Harry Potter, you need to get it. It is just brilliant. And the story is great in it as well. It really had me immersed. I've never played a game for so long, or in such a long time, that actually puts a smile on my face.
They've got a placement here as well. G2 with Isaac Price, Joshua Rogers. Imagine the sole Porsche pulling together a big result here today.
I'm really considering as well, guys, on a bit of a side note, I'm really looking into getting an ultra-wide monitor. I really want one.
Obviously, we've got all the BMW as well over there. I did see Ibrahim Khan falling asleep earlier on. You can see him moving his head around. I saw him falling asleep he was getting himself ready, getting himself psyched up, making sure that he was
Probably not.
Obviously,
No, because the thing is for productivity. So for editing, like, it's just so much easier. Like for content creation, it is just so much easier. Whereas with triples, and I feel like the ultra wide takes up just a touch little less space. It's easier to set up as well. And I don't know. I just feel like
it's been brought to you in style, folks.
an ultra wide will suit me.
Who's going to take this one? Katowice has never looked so great. Can't wait for this one.
We've done our absolute best.
Get triples. I don't know. I'll probably change my mind about 5 times between now and the time I actually get them. I need to get the new rig first. Currently underway. So I'm going to say about that.
I am going to ask you, who's winning?
Oh, okay. Come on, let's lay it on the line. We've got to do it. The final race. Here we go. We got the start coming up, but I'm going to go with Beneke.
He's going to go with Beneke. I'll go Yuri Toman.
Beneke. Here we go, guys. Here we go. Standing start as well in this series compared to a rolling start, like an iRacing. Oh my God! Oh! No way! Moritz has just sideswiped someone.
I think it might be Chinchik, but there is a spin already. A drama before we've even taken a start to actually Yovski.
He's going to get penalised for that. There's live stewards in this race. He came straight over and sideswiped him. He's doing the God's work for Beneke. Or was it? No, hang on. Was that a glitch or not? He's still there. The car's still there. No. Yeah. Oh no. The guy did get punted off. Yeah, look, he's in he's 8 seconds behind. It was the same car. That's why, same car. So this is going to be interesting. Is the final? Anyone's going to go for it? No. I want to report a murder. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not too fussed who wins, to be honest. I'd like to see, obviously, the British lads do well. So Kevin Ellis Jr. and Jamie Fluke. Although they're Scottish, I still support the Scots. You're Brits today, guys. You're Brits today. That was absolutely shocking, though. He got majorly sideswiped. Oh, and Luke Bennett. Luke Bennett's English as well. Beneke's got a second, nearly a second lead though.
See what Yuri Toman could do then. He's got an 8/10 buffer up towards Max Beneke, who's trying to do something special here. For
Easy to set up, Nvidia Serrano and forget about.
Of ESL
Yeah.
R1. There is no better place to do it than here in person.
Space really for me. Triples is just a little bit more space than an ultra wide, but
Look at that from Arthur in the background. He was trying to look on Lerner. He nearly went for it.
we're gonna see some moves soon, surely. It's gonna be more so down into the end of the Kemmel Straight. Oh yeah, there you go. Slow down. He's been given that penalty. Too right. Too right. So they dish penalties out throughout the race. Slowdowns or give up positions. He's been given a slowdown. Rightly so.
It's just incredible to have that happen. You know, Mouse, they look so good in this. Morris Lerners look so good in this. But to have that,
I don't know. Don't know, James, to be fair. Depends on the size you get. If you get 32-inch or... Yeah, 5 seconds slowdown causing a collision. Very good decision, that. Oh, Rogers up into... Oh.
He's trying to get past Johannar. He's got the inside of Malmedy. This could end in drama.
Oh, and he's got someone else. Oh, no. 3 wide. 3 wide.
We got Lerner, I think, further back. Just look at Isaac Price coming into this. A switch back. It's Rogers. Rogers has moved up.
Fucking hell.
Isaac Price also looking to take the advantage as well. Johan Half
Rubbing his racing. Rubbing his racing.
The G2 Esports car, though, could not quite get through.
Which one? Slow down or time pen? Well, either or, to be honest, because they're so tightly packed. Look at them. They're so tightly packed that it doesn't really matter which one. They're going to get penalised. They're going to lose a lot of positions anyway.
Williams Esports in tow as well. Morris Lerner on the comeback charge. He looked to the inside of Wisniewski there, coming into Fania. Almost went for it, but decided not to do so.
Here's the start. Here's the start. Watch the murder.
It's all about that start from Beneke, and that's what happened to Jovski. That's why Lerner got that penalty.
Yeah.
It was a massive hit check
That's
on the
literally
side.
how you...
I wonder if it was Lerner at fault.
It did look that way. I mean, there was nothing that Jajovski could do. They got the start. Nothing wrong with his start. Obviously, yeah, the instant tap.
Oh my god, it looks worse every time you see it.
I'm not sure what happened. Maybe Lerner just got maybe a bit overzealous, but here's the moment now. Josh Rogers.
Oh my god.
It was stunning.
Triples do take up a bit of space. Yeah.
To be honest, he was a little bit
Triples 32 would be amazing. I think the thing is as well is also that if I get triples and stuff, I might have to look at upgrading my PC equipment. So there's also that element to it. Whereas an ultra wide, I don't think I would. So yeah, there's also that cost to it. Jesus, I'm gonna have like an epileptic fit if they do that anymore. I do have a good GPU, but streaming and stuff at the same time and recording, I don't know. So Beneke's putting out over a 1 second lead. Toman's not getting the benefit of the toe. Oh, here we go, round the outside. Oh, that's got to be a slowdown. He was outside the white line there. This is great. Look at Fluke. Oh, it's Ellis Jr., sorry. Oh my god, you can't separate them, look. Oh, Luke's going to get forced out here. Go on, Luke. Yeah, only one Team Redline car because Beneke's not part of Team Redline anymore. It looks like the BMW just gets like, just gives so much suck to other cars. It's not the strongest car around here. Ooh. Emil used to race triples and stream on a 970. Oh, okay. And they're low shot and they're running VR. Interesting, guys. Interesting. See, I was fully set on looking at an ultra wide, and now you've convinced me to go triples. Or convincing me. Such a bad influence. Anyway, it wouldn't be now. It would be like in the future. Oh, oh, he saw it coming. Luke Bennett saw it coming. Toman 1 second behind, over 1 second behind Beneke. Josh Rogers can't close up. Lona's a man on a mission. Look at him. They're going to go side by side for Eau Rouge. Oh my God, it's going to end in tears. It would be a 49-inch, yeah, James. Look at that. Look, so look at that BMW. The BMW just flow in a straight line. The Audi is rapid. Well, that was a little bit like a unrealistic jig there.
Obviously given the penalty now as they round Brachel's corner. Here comes Price. Price sneaking it up the inside. Can't quite find it, but still half remains.
My bad, Stephen. My bad. Oh, oh.
Absolutely checked out for this fight. Going off slow though, coming down towards Bourne. What does Isaac Price do? He looks to the outside and does nothing more from that. Nikodem Vishnevsky, he is waiting for it again.
Has he got damage or something, that Johan? Like, his car doesn't look like it's going right. Looks a little bit, you're starting to see a bit of like the alpha stage or the beta stage of this sim, in my opinion. Like, it doesn't look fluid. It looks a bit like jittery. Like, that Audi just doesn't seem like it's sitting right as it's going over the track. Don't know if that's just my eye, but Samsung Odyssey is just too big. I mean, I used one at the IWC event, and I was using it, and I was like, I could see myself on one of these. Looks like F1 Manager. Yeah, it's the same engine, Theo. It's Unreal Engine 5. Rennsport, what's people's thoughts? Looks pretty good. I mean, yeah, I mean, considering this is, in essence, a beta build, it's a closed-off build, I think it's gone pretty well, considering. I've enjoyed the racing. I've been pleasantly surprised. There's some little niggles here and there, but yeah. Oh, like that. Did you see that? Where the car just went boom? That's a bit unnatural. I know it's a sausage curb there, but it's a bit unnatural that a GT3 would necessarily react like that and then still maintain that speed. That's me being a bit niggly with it, and that's what I've seen is when these cars go over curbs, that's really where you see it. Like, it needs a bit of tweaking, needs a bit of fine tuning. But overall, I think this event has been a success so far. It's a fair play to him. And ultra wide, it's a 50% more pixels on triples. Yeah. And the thing is as well, is that I also would want an extra, I also still need I'm keeping my primary monitor that I've got now. So I also need to take that into account. So if I had triples, I'd end up having I would have a full screen on top of that to run like my Streamlabs and chat and stuff. And then, of course, on my on the ultra wides, I'm still going to keep it. So yeah, it's just, I don't know. I need to do a bit more into it, a bit more research, to be honest. LP Dose is screen tearing. Yeah, it looks like it. It looks like it's just. It doesn't look as crispy as it did earlier.
Until this happens. Yes. And then they don't. And suddenly they don't.
We're in a situation now where we've pretty much got 5 to 4 laps left now, and this is where the heat is going to be turned up because. You know,
so Beneke is just maintaining that lead. I think he's got this in the bag. No one can really close down. Without the draft, people just can't close down quick enough. They all seem to be on a pretty similar pace level, as we saw with qualifying. So, but this pack could get interesting because this is for a top 5 or top 6. This is for top 6. Lona, Lona is pulling away. So we might see some moves at the end. I'll try to be a lot smaller if space is an issue. Yeah, it'd be interesting to know, Connor. So, much appreciated. Makes me wonder how the view it is when driving. I don't doubt less time was put into these third-person cameras. Yeah, I mean, look, you can see it there. There's the view. There's the cockpit view.
Make his way around this very tricky section, and then dipping down in towards the very tricky right as well. And there you can see the sternness on his face. He is so wary about what's going on behind him. He's looking in
that guy's gone deep.
He knows exactly what Wisniewski's capable of.
Basically, AC at the moment, the way I'm looking at it is it's ACC but on Unreal Engine 5. That's if I was to summarize it. That's what I would compare it to. Like, it looks pretty. I think the graphics are very good. Unreal Engine 5. I was impressed with F1 Manager in regards to the graphics. But there's some fine tuning that looks like, from a broadcasting perspective, needs to be done. I don't know what. I've never driven it, so I can't give a perspective of how these cars react over curbs, or if they haven't shown enough cockpit views to see how the car reacts over curbs as well, which has been a bit of a shame. This SDK makes these games look good. iRacing broadcast at Mega, yeah. It's a much better broadcast than Le Mans Virtual was. Put it that way.
Seen that in sim racing, let alone in this championship. Do you lip read?
I'm not very well.
No, well, so RAG, you can do whatever you want with us. Like, I wouldn't have any idea what you're saying, but obviously those behind the scenes, clearly some very...
So Beneke just maintaining that 1 second lead. 3 more laps to go. I wonder how much he's going to win. The Mans Virtual was horrible to watch. Like, just the broadcast side of it as well. It's just, R-Factor 2 is not made for broadcasting. It's terrible.
I will say is that Tobin has broke into that 1 second now. Is this the point with 2 laps to go that he starts to turn up the heat, Lewis McLean?
Well, there's even more than that. There's 3 laps left.
Oh, he's within a second now. He's within a second.
Tobin to do something here. It's just about what it is. Like you say, it's the first time we've seen that gap come under a second. A bit of a moment there going through the first part of Les Combes from Beneke, but still it seems fine.
Audi, definitely the car to be in around Spa. Be interested to see how it is at Hockenheim. Whip is 1500 mil and 850 mil depth. Okay. Yeah, someone forgot that the bitrate of Twitch and YouTube can go over 6,000 with R-Factor 2 or with those streams. It was so grainy.
Is there a podium up for grabs for Josh Rogers? I absolutely think so.
Josh Rogers, yeah. I wonder if he's going to chase down Sisnick.
But I think those gaps, they're a little too...
I'm going to assume a second. That's, I reckon, from like 1 second.
Is the highest place in the Apex rating. I think they're going to be a bit disappointed at the moment. They're having an absolutely...
The Audis seem to have been the quickest car overall and in a straight line. Like they've breezed past like the BMWs and the Mercedes.
Well, in terms of the percentages, they had the better chance of finishing on top, given the fact that they got the 3 cars ahead of the likes of Mouse.
I wonder if they'll make any changes. Oh, they probably won't make any changes to BOP for tomorrow. 7K bit rate. Yeah, I do that too, Kaka, just to be sure. I can go 9, but I thought I'll go 7 just to be sure, because then that way people can all tune in. I only have German car brands. Yeah, at the moment, yeah, you're right. You are right, Mane. Yeah, it does seem like that, Stephen. I agree. Yeah, when you see the onboards and you see him go through the corners, I'm expecting the car to go round on itself, but no, they do. It does seem like they go a lot more sideways into some of these corners than they would on other platforms.
No one is satisfied unless they're at the front. At the moment, Benecca's satisfied. I'm not sure how 100%.
But something looks off. Yeah, I think that's quite easy to tell. But something looks off. It's not perfect. It's a beta at the end of the day. It is a closed beta. Just for, it's a closed beta that's public for everyone to see.
As we're getting close to the end of the race, Benecca's starting.
Like, this is the only kind of time we've ever got a perspective of on-balls. They haven't shown any on-balls apart from the TV camera angle, which is very central, which is a bit disappointing.
He's gone back out a 10th the last couple of laps, meaning I'm not sure how much Yuri Toman has in the tank. The gap over
Unreal Engine 5 looks very different compared to anything else anyway that's out there. So there's also that element to it. But very similar, as I said earlier, very similar to F1 Manager F1 Manager, which is on Unreal Engine 5. Sometimes the cars look like they're floating a bit, especially when they go over curbs. They're very rigid and bounce very high and just look unnatural. There's times I feel like when they go into the gravel, you don't see any dust and particles throw up, where you should do, and you do in other sims. It's a little bit off-putting. Whether that's intentional or not, to try and make the system run smoother, I don't know. But the tyres and wheels rotating look odd.
And I'm not talking about just wrestling the sim around. That is hard work, yes.
Oh, yeah.
But it's the mental focus. It's the amount you have to keep.
Track is not laser scam. They just threw one in the event, and the track is making it look off. If you see Hockenheim, it looks very realistic. Ah, okay, fair enough, Blends. Fair enough. Yeah, because I thought the whole weekend was Hockenheim. To be honest, I didn't realise Spa was going to be on the system. I mean, to be fair, Spa looks pretty good, especially like the surroundings. Last lap, nah, Benecca's got this. Benecca's got this. Are there going to be any last lap lunges though? Here we go. It's been fizzled out really the second half of the race. Let's see. Oh, there we go. So there's your answer in regards to the toe. 9 tenths, I think it is. About 9 tenths. There's nowhere else between now and the end, though, for him to make a go of it, is there? That's the thing. Josh Rogers may do, though. He's 6 tenths behind Sisnick. Rogers going for a podium. He's really... Oh, half a second now. He just lost a couple. Did they have a practice at home? Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, they most definitely would have been given a build of a copy of this build so that they could practice as teams. It's too much money on the line for them not to be able to. Battle for P7, yeah, it looks close. I don't care about your team manager. Go back to the main screen, please. Thank you. He's got this. Is it going to be a lunge from Josh Rogers? Is he going to send it from 7 tenths back? Yeah, he's got this. He's got this. What's his reaction going to be? Is it going to be calm, cool, collected, or is he going to lose his shit? Yes. Oh, there we go. Yes, I'm 50 grand richer. Yes. I don't know if that's how much he's won, but he's won probably a lot of money. Game of Muscle straight in there with the reaction.
Qualifying with a 2-minute 14.493, and then throughout the entirety of the race, you just stayed in front, and no one was catching up with you.
How much has he won? That's what I'm interested in now. Don't lie, James. You're on more than that.
Someone gave me a very hard time at the end, so I was just trying to focus as much as I can.
Absolutely incredible. He's gone, Mike.
Thanks.
How much he won?
Well done, Max.
He's a Joe Rogan of sim racing, yeah.
That was unbelievable. Sim racing has arrived. Maximilian Benneker, round 1 of the ESL R1 goes to you. How does that sound?
Amazing. I mean,
Well, I know it was 225k for this weekend.
Fixed setup, you know, people practice a lot. So
Oh, it was fixed setup.
I had, I think, 3 good qualifying laps today, so I'm very happy with the last one, obviously.
See, that's the thing. It's fixed setup.
Max, I've been commentating on you since you started racing. I don't think I've ever seen you.
So that's strange because it's fixed setup, and
I know normally we give you a
so
couple of
one
minutes.
setup could be completely better than the other because they're all using different cars.
You, esports and Mouse.
I'm not sure I agree with that. I think the racing would have been... Well, the racing was good anyway, but I feel like it would have been better if they could have their own tailored setups.
So obviously means a lot to me. Yeah.
Strange.
You've got Mouse. I see the esports team. They've been coming over. They've been talking to you today. What support have they been giving you to help you get ready? For
He's in
your
tears, bless him.
ESL event?
Oh, he's in
I've
tears.
been in contact with Mouse for like 3 months.
Seems like-
now,
it
so
seems like
it's
he's in
very
tears.
recent, but, they gave us
Very
all the
emotional
support
for
we
him.
needed. I think the team deserved a little bit better even today. Morris was a bit unlucky there.
How do you do fixed setup with different cars? Well, someone creates a setup for him, and then it's the fixed setup across. They can't tinker with
I
things.
think we made a pretty good choice
Bit shame.
joining Mouse. Really happy, excited to
Should
part
be
of
in
the
Death
team,
Tags.
and, that's just the beginning.
That's
Hopefully,
Actual Vision. I don't know if
one more
you've heard of him
to
before,
do.
James. Actual Vision. He kind of does like racing leagues and stuff on Project Cars 2. That's how we used to. That's what we kind of.
Maximilian Benneker.
That's what he did. He does like some stuff with Matt Malone as well, and they're going to break down the prize pool. That's all we're waiting for now, guys. That's all we care about. Is how much have they won?
We're now going to see the official results pop up on the screen here. But what an incredible event we have had today. 7 races. You can see the emotion there on the winning driver's face. He was almost in tears.
Yeah, maybe Aaron,
Himself
maybe.
as well. Twice today. Just doesn't normally happen. But here are the official
Yeah, maybe.
results
That's a
for
good
round
point,
1.
actually.
It's Maximilian Benneker that does take the checkered flag. R8G with 2 drivers on the podium.
Well, when there's this much money on the line, Stephen, you've got to realise is that what we do on a day-to-day basis, like whether it be go to school or like as a job, they'd be doing exactly the same thing, trying to find setup exploits. So I didn't think of that. That's a good point.
Teammates Moritz Lohner embracing him, and I just said to some of the guys down there, Will, sim racing has finally arrived.
It really has. You know what? That's
Right,
a
let's see if we
really
can try and
point
find the
we would've
prize
just seen
pool.
there.
I know
We
the
went
prize
to
pool. I know that the
race
prize
results.
pool
Philip
for this
Stanley,
weekend is
of course,
225,000
Of
euros.
course, for many years has been
Believe.
their big rivals.
Let's
As
see
you
if
see
they've
Max
tweeted
shaking
it.
hands with
I'll let you know if they do
everyone. I think
or
at
have.
this point, it's like massive respect to him, to Mouse, and the hugs from everything that's going on.
But they all know. They all know exactly how much work. You've got R8G there celebrating, and they're even smiling. They've got good results, but they know what he's had to do to achieve.
And they
it
haven't
because they
said
couldn't
anything.
beat him. It's an exceptional result. Maybe the most important race win of his young career. As much as Max Benneker feels like he's been around.
Don't know why they're being
he's
so
only been
coy
sim
about
racing
it.
6 years.
I know, it's
6
incredible.
years. He's changed
The whole
teams
selling
from
point of this event was that
arguably
it's
the
like
biggest
had
team in
so much
sim
money
racing
behind
at
it.
the moment in Redline. He's gone to Mouse, who's a massive esports organisation. They've come into sim racing and they smashed it straight off the bat. That is so hard to do.
Nothing yet.
Transition from a
Nothing
comfortable
yet.
team, go out your comfort zone and then make your way to another team and then straight away hit the ground running, be successful, getting race.
It'd been interesting if
Someone who's going to be
the prize pool for the event in its the overall event is 500k, but it's broken down into rounds. So for this weekend, they said it's 225,000 euros. So you got today and then you got tomorrow. But I don't know how they haven't provided, from what I can find, any information.
Put the emotion down. You can celebrate, you know, for an hour or so, and then
I am.
tomorrow you're right back. You're doing it at Hockenheim. The reset will happen in about an hour and a half after their debrief.
I see we're on camera here, but I just want to look at these pictures. I want to soak it in myself. Because this is an important day for sim racing.
They haven't announced the breakdown of the prize pool, how it's going to work. Is it separate? I mean, I'm sure the team in itself wins money, and then there's individual prizes, surely.
Very well today. Very well indeed. Of course, there's going to be growing pains, and there is a survey for you out there to indeed help.
Not sure. Not sure. No, round 2 is tomorrow, Stephen. Round 2, they do it again tomorrow. Hockenheim, same time. I think I'm going to do a watch along for it. You know, might be a bit of a long one, but it was really good fun to watch today.
It's easy to say this has been amazing. Tell us what works, tell us what doesn't. And again, that fan survey is available.
Last race kind of fizzled out a bit, didn't it, after the first couple of laps? But they're so quick. And the thing is, I think in the final, as well, as I said, because I don't know how the money and the point, if there's a point system or anything, I suppose.
This is something that's made in partnership with the drivers, with the teams, with the fans.
So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. ESL R1 round 1 is in the books, and you haven't got to wait very long for the next one, because we are going to be back live tomorrow for round 2 at Hockenheim.
There you go. So yeah, I really want to find out how the prize pool works out, but there's more jeopardy in the early races with only the top 6 qualifying and going through, but more people go for it and send it. And they're more aggressive than necessarily maybe they are in the final, because I'm not sure how the money's spread out or how it works. So it'll be in it tomorrow. So it starts exactly again tomorrow. Everyone who has been knocked out in the first rounds gets another opportunity, and it's at Hockenheim. So Mercedes they got fucked over today, to be fair. Their first 2 races, their first 2 drivers got taken out, so not their own fault. So they didn't qualify. I don't know about the other race. Obviously, didn't qualify or didn't make it through to the final. James didn't make it through at the semis. So oh, here we go, points.
Here they are on your screen. So Max Benneker, of course, picking up the victory with 60 points. Yuri Toman, who for me has been surprise of the day, picks up 55 points. We then got Marcel Shinchik on 51. Josh Rogers takes home 40.
So it's a points-based system. It's not prizes individually.
Isaac Price in 7th with 35.
Or like split after each round. It's an overall prize pool then, is it?
And teammate Jamie Fluke with 26 points rounds out your top 10. Incredible stuff here today. Plenty more names there as well.
Still not really explaining it well. I don't know, James. They still haven't explained it. Strange.
What you're looking for, right? You need to make sure you get on the board. Yeah. There's going to be drivers who are not going to be in a great spirits because of how it's gone today. But if you're in the sort of top 24, of course, that's who goes up to the major. Yeah. That's where you need to be.
Yeah, definitely. 7 nationalities, by the way, inside the top 10. The big thing for all of these drivers and all these teams tomorrow, hit the reset button, start it as a new race.
Yeah, absolutely. And they can hit that reset button with me at the bar tonight, that's for sure. What a day we've had here for the
I bet you're going to be at the bar.
We're going to be back tomorrow at Hockenheim for round 2. But here's a highlight package to see out the day.
We'll get rid of that now. Hopefully don't get copyrighted or anything. So, the format, guys, what we have here. So we have the regular format, which is 8 rounds. 1 round consists of 4 quarterfinals, 2 semi-finals, 1 final, 1 driver per team per quarterfinal. Top 24 will advance for the major. Okay. So... okay, so they have a seasonal... they have a spring season prize pool. Okay, so 45,000 for first place. So 112,000. Okay, so this is where the 225 came from. The 225 comes from the spring season prize pool, which is 45,000 for the first place driver. Second place driver is 20, and etc., all the way down. 45 grand for the team prize money. And then, what's the major format? Major day 1. Top 24 drivers from regular season. 2 groups, 12 drivers in each using snake draft system. What the fuck? 8 races in total, 4 per group. All drivers on the grid in each race. Points added to the existing points in the regular season. And obviously, major 2 is people coming from this one. What? Finalist mode. Is there anything else for... oh, here we go. Right, so this is the spring season. So spring season is Okay. So spring season is basically just the season. So it depends. So it is each round adds up points wise. Then whoever's at the top of the leaderboard after 8 rounds gets that 45k as well as the team. But then you have a major, which is at Germany. And that point system or finalist mode explainer. Oh, the first driver to win a race on Major Day 2 while in finalist mode is the driver champion of the spring season. Oh my god, mate, this seems overly complicated for me. In the example below, the driver placed first went into Major Day 2 as the leader and had his point transferred at 100. What the why? Okay, so take that back. You need to qualify for Major Day 1. And each points added to their existing points from their regular season. Okay, so they don't get reset. And then top 12 drivers from Major Day 1, 6 from each group, points transformation, unlimited races until drivers hit finalist mode. Finalist mode need 1 win to become champion. What is it? All right, so that's what this finalist mode is about. An example below. The driver placed first went into Day 2 as the leader. Okay, him. Had his point transferred to 100 points. The driver managed to win the first 3 races. He is now in finalist mode. Me and V is only win needs to. Oh, okay. So he goes. So after you win a certain number of races or get a certain number of points, you then go into basically like match point. That's basically what it means. And then if driver placed second wins a race, he will now have 173 points and be finalist mode as well, which means they're both technically in match. Seems oddly confusing. Nice and simple, Connor. Yeah, nice and simple. But when does he hit finalist mode? I don't get. Is it the first driver to win a race on Major Day 2? Okay, we get that. An example, as the leader has had his point transferred to 100 points. The driver managed to win the first 3 races and has now 175 points as the points are added to his new transfer. Doesn't explain why he gets into finalist mode though, does it? It is a 500k prize pot. Yes. I assume there's going to be a summer or an autumn one as well. So we've got spring season, and then I assume that there'll probably be there'll be a spring season, and then there'll probably be like a summer season or an autumn season where the other remaining 225k or 250k, whatever it is competed for then. That's how I think it's going to happen. That's what I'm assuming. This is all you need to know about ESL under 2 minutes. Shall we watch this? Let's all learn something new, shall we? See if this makes sense, guys.
This is everything you need to know before the ESL R1 2023 spring season kicks off. 12 teams consisting of 4 drivers, each led by a manager, will be competing for a prize pool of 225,000 euros. And of course, for the title as the first ever winner of ESL R1. The season is split up into 2 stages, the regular season and the major. The regular season consists of 8 rounds. Each round consists of 4 quarterfinals, 2 semi-finals, and
that
a
I get.
final. In every round, each team nominates 1 driver for each quarterfinal. Top 6 drivers from each quarterfinal will qualify for the semi-finals. And again, top 6 drivers from each semi-final will qualify for the final.
Self-explanatory.
In each round, all drivers score points individually for the driver championship, as well as for their team in the team championship. These points are based on the driver's placement in each round. In the regular season, they can score between 0 to 60 points. The best 24 drivers from the regular season will qualify for the Major LAN event, where they will compete for the title in the final rounds of the ESL R1 spring season and for the prize pool of €225,000.
Yeah. What about... Fuck, I didn't mention anything about finalist mode. Or anything about the major. So it's a minute and a half of my life and then we're going to get back, guys. Okay. So no one wins money this weekend. It's all about earning as many points as you can through each round to make it through to the final where your points aren't reset. I'm pretty sure I've read that. Your points aren't reset. And then God knows what finalist mode is and how it works. Yeah. So, same time again tomorrow. They haven't... I don't think they've announced any other tracks yet. So, teams are phased. I mean, they didn't get one car through to semi-finals, I think. Or maybe... I think they got one car through to semi-finals. I think they forgot they was even competing in this event. Anyone Montreal this week? Yeah, probably tomorrow, mate. Probably tomorrow. I'm about to shoot off and have a nice Chinese takeaway, guys. And then I'm going to be back later on for the AlphaTauri reveal. That's at 10 o'clock? 10 to half 10, I think it is. I'm probably going to go live at like 10 o'clock, 10:15. So, yeah, see what that's like. It seems like there's going to possibly be lots of changes as it goes along. It doesn't seem that self-explanatory to a common viewer. I agree, Colton. I fully expect probably that format, that major event to possibly change. It makes sense, like each individual round format. That's self-explanatory, easy enough. 6 from each split could basically go through until you get to the final, and then that's obviously divvied up. The major event in itself seems overly complicated at the moment. That's my opinion. I like to think I've got my head screwed on, so... Yeah, it's evening time in New York, James. That's why they're releasing or announcing it in New York. So it's exactly the same. That's why. So drive around Montreal on the medium ice skating tyres. I've done that already in open. You're going to be in school. Who does school on a Sunday, Kaka? You go to school on a Sunday? So yeah, Williams, Apex, Mercedes. So there's only 2 teams in the Mercedes. That's obviously Mercedes AMG and Williams. And that seemed to be a bit of a poor performing car. Then you've got Furia, BMW, which is 1, 2, 3 BMW, 4 BMWs, 1, 2, 3 Porsches, and then there's 1, 2, 3 Audis, and the Audis kind of dominated. R8G and Mouse really dominated in the Audi, so that was really strong. Interesting to see if it's going to be as strong at Hockenheim tomorrow. So Sunday for me. Oh yes, didn't think about that. That's tonight, Kaka. Tonight, 10 o'clock. So in about 4 hours' time. Yeah, it feels like FaZe have just been added on. I mean, does it show who's in the team? Ian Porter. I don't actually know any of them, to be honest. But Ian is he's a Call of Duty pro. 615,000 subscribers. I mean, yeah. I think that was a strategic appointment, if you ask me, to get more viewers into the event, or eyes on the event. So different to seeing a racing setting. Yeah, who else is Furia? So I'm familiar with G2 Esports, Redline. Mouse is a new one, but apparently been around for some time. Obviously, Roman Grosjean's one. Commander, which is basically BRS. Obviously, BS we know. These bottom 4 we know. Mouse, Heroic. Oh, so Mouse are a CSGO team. Furia and Heroic. Okay. Yeah, I must admit, I've never heard of Furia and I've never heard of Heroic. And I'd never heard of Mouse until the other day. only because they've got a pretty strong team in regards to Beneke, Lona, Yuri, and Holzman. So, who's in heroic? Ostergaard, Oscar, Bixford. Can't say I know them, to be honest. I mean, the thing is, it's not people necessarily everyone from iRacing who's come over. You've got other guys from ACC pros and stuff. So they're all Brazilian team. Brazilian org, Mouse and heroic, Dutch, German. Okay, fair enough. All right, guys. Well, interesting. That was definitely much better than I thought it was going to be, to be honest. It's quite clear to see that it is still in alpha mode or a beta mode. But if I was the developers of or the owners of Rennsport, I'd be considering that a success for day one. Hopefully Hockenheim tomorrow goes as smoothly. And I think as well I do want this to go well. I do want it to go well. So if anyone who thinks that I'm here as an iRacing shield or whatever, no, we need more competitors in sim racing, like platforms. We need better platforms, so that it keeps the competition on their toes. That's for sure. It's only good for us consumers if that's the case. Still a bizarre decision to have this event on such a closed beta, in essence, on an incomplete game, or so far away from full release. But they obviously signed a contract and saw the pound signs or the euro signs, whichever currency it's in, and went, yeah, we can commit to that timeline. And it seems like they can, but they also couldn't for public use. Enjoy my Chinese. House special rice, sweet and sour prawn balls, or chicken, either or. I'm not fussed. Always get some form of duck. I love duck. And shredded sweet chili chicken or beef. Either or. Depends what's on the menu. Wow. Oh, I'm salivating now, guys. I'm salivating. Ooh. But yeah, I'm going to be back in 10 o'clock, 10:15, something like that. I think their reveal is at 10:30. So I'll set up the stream. You can go turn your notifications on, hang around there. And yeah, we'll catch you guys later. I'm planning on doing... I don't know if I'll watch every single race tomorrow, but I plan on watching a few of them, that's for sure. So that was it was quite enjoyable. So have a lovely rest of your evening, morning, day, wherever you are in the world. And I'll catch you guys later on. Speak to you later. Bye.